right, welcome to Primos for Life, the wrestling podcast made for the fans, by the fans. Como siempre, yo soy Eddie, el niño vaque. We got Ariel, the Ecuadorian dream bisueta, and we are your self-proclaimed, undisputed co-host tag team champions of the world. In tonight's episode, we discuss Friday Night SmackDown. John Cena gets ambushed, CM Punk adds fuel to the fire, and both Cody and Jade advance in the King and Queen of the Ring tournament. But we also dive into my overall frustration with the episode. So, como siempre, sit back, grab a snack, and let's get it on. Yo, Primo, what's good?
Man, over here just enjoying the weekend, the Father's Day weekend. It was quite nice.
Yeah, happy Father's Day, man.
Thank you very much. Had a barbecue over at the house, friends, family, everyone. It was wonderful. Had some conversations about some Primos for life stuff in terms of not only telling people and things like that, but a friend of mine and my wife, he works for Tops, I believe it's Tops, but gave me this shirt that, because Tops and Garbage Pail Kids, they combined to do something, and he gave me this John Cena, see-through Cena Garbage Pail Kid shirt.
Oh, yeah. You could see him. Look at that.
Yeah. So I want to say thank you to Gino. Thank you very much. He also gave me some packs of some WrestleMania cards from this year, some limited edition numbers, things like that. So I want to get those open, and then I'll bring them on so we can kind of see what fun cards I got in that batch. But yeah, so overall, just a good time, good Father's Day weekend, and then had to get into SmackDown.
Yeah.
See, keep up with the product. We got to make sure we're watching. So got through that, and just ready to sit here and converse and talk about some things that were fine and some things that weren't so fine, and just kind of rock the way we do.
Yeah. No, well, you're right. You're right about that. Things that were fine and not so fine. To be honest with you, I actually went to a CCW promotions over here in Tampa. They did a show at a local brewery, and I found that to be a little bit more entertaining than what transpired in SmackDown. I'll just put it that way, because there were a lot of things that kind of ticked me off. Because it just doesn't make sense to me, and we're gonna, and you know me, like we're gonna hash it out. We're gonna figure this out. But I just want to shout out, CCW for putting on a tremendous show in Tampa. Got to see some amazing talent. Got to speak to some amazing talent. So hopefully we could get something going there. Also got to meet one of our faves, Jay Lethal. He was there and checking out the promotion, and I was like, "You Jay Lethal?" And he's like, "Yeah." And I was like, "Oh man, can I get a picture?" And he was like, "Yeah, of course, man." And then we had a conversation, and what a sweetheart,
Black machismo, bro. Black machismo. I love Black machismo,
it's hard,
dude.
It's hard not to it's hard to look at him and then not think of like the famous, Ric Flair promo in TNA where he's like, woo, woo, like
they're wooing back and forth like savages. What is happening here?
I definitely gave him a pound, and I was like, "Hey man, thank you for the memories, bro." And we'll be in touch. But
nice, man.
Yeah, man. Super, super awesome. Very awesome dude. And great show, good time. And we got a couple more shows in Tampa that I'll be, stepping into the next couple of weeks. So I know NWA got a thing going on, and then also another promotion, FTW, Fight the World Wrestling. They're out in St. Pete, and they also have an association with NWA, which is crazy because now I feel like a lot of promotions are doing what initially WWE is publicly doing, because it makes you think like they did it first. But I mean, I feel like all these promotions are doing this now, but like they're all kind of working together. You know what I mean? Like getting more stars. Like if NWA is based out of one place, they'll go ahead and send some of their wrestlers to other promotions, local promotions, to get that exposure, to kind of keep their reps in and all that stuff. So definitely awesome to see. And then also quick thank you, like truly thank you to the Kingpin himself, Angel Medina. That episode came out. Yeah. We're hearing such fantastic things about it already. tremendous
It's
feedback. Everybody's like, he's hysterical. Like, my gosh, like he's amazing and this and that. And I'm just like, I was sweating bullets the whole time.
You were shook, man. Every time I looked at you, you were like smiling
I was
through your
like,
teeth, like,
we're gonna
like
get
pulling, like,
canceled.
oh my god, yeah,
But
you were.
amazing, man. He's such a amazing person, amazing storyteller. So we were definitely excited to have him on. So thank you again, Angel.
Yes,
When
thank
you
you,
hear this
so
one,
much, Angel.
we greatly appreciate you, brother, man. You have no
Absolutely,
idea.
so very much, man. That was absolutely fantastic, and we can't wait to talk to you again because that was truly fun.
So yeah, so let's jump right into SmackDown, man. So I mean, you could start us off with the first segment with John, and then I'll just let you know what I liked and didn't like about it.
Right. Well, I mean, so we're in Kentucky. So Cena is in royal blue and white for his farewell tour. So he comes out and he just starts chatting about Mount Rushmore. And he's like, Mount Rushmore
Yes.
of wrestling. John Cena, John Cena, John Cena, John Cena. And I was like,
John Cena. Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, that was fun. I was like, oh, okay, all right. So he comes out and he's just like, I'm so much smarter than you. Mm-hmm. I've played this thing. Like, I've been playing chess. Everyone else has been playing checkers. I knew if I got myself that anyone could enter the Royal Rumble. So I did. And when I lost, I knew I could use my clout to get my way into the Elimination Chamber, where I knew Seth Rollins would melt down. And I knew that, like, he's like, I used you guys and Randy Orton to let him get lulled to sleep in his own hometown. Like, he just kept coming up with these instances. He's like, I'm smarter than you, all of you. And then we hear the music of one Cody Rhodes. Adrenaline. So,
so is that adrenaline? I don't know, man.
I don't know, man.
A little slap.
Well, hey, man, I'm not a singer, man. I bartend. I make drinks. So Cody comes out. And he's just like, yeah, you know what, John, you're right. Like the sad part is that you're correct about all of this. And I forget if they would where the turning point is where they start kind of beefing about it, and then Randy Orton comes out. Right, Randy comes out and he's like, Cena, I had you. Everyone knows I had you. And he goes, and I want that. And he's like, so I'll come for it. And he looks at Cody and he's like, and if anyone gets in my way, and that includes you, I'll go through you.
Codester.
And then we hear the music of La Noche.
Yeah.
The megastar, or so they call him. Yeah. So he comes down and he's just complaining, of course. And I had it. I should have won. And, it's not a problem. I'll do what I have to do, win in this fatal 4-way match to get in, and that's what it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Cena leaves. He's heard enough. He leaves.
Yeah.
And
I think we all have.
Yes, it was a long one. And I think the 37 minutes in until we got the first match.
Yeah.
As Cena is walking backwards out, we have a Ron Killings ass whooping. So he comes out and just starts beating on him and wailing on him, all the fun stuff. So that's about as brief but kind of detailed as I can recall it. And give it to you. So I'll let you rock with the because I've seen the head shake a couple times that I mentioned, so I want to see where we live. So go ahead, man, go for it.
Okay, so here's my beef, right? So John Cena, again, tremendous work as a heel. We love it. I love it. I really do.
It's great. It's fucking good.
But I'm just like, okay, dude. So now you're a Bond villain because you basically told us your plan, and you're just like, after we self-destruct at midnight, and it's like, bro, come on, man. Like, okay, we get it. Okay, you're smarter than everybody. We have limited time with you. Thank you for reminding us. Okay.
It's great, man. It's awesome, dude. It is. You know what? Real quick, one shout out that I did want to point out also that he said in this promo. I believe it was this promo. I don't think it was the one that was later. And once again, we can tie him in and out. Whatever. Yeah. Seth Rollins isn't cashing in on me. I don't have to worry about him because what he's saying is when he retires and takes the belt away, Seth can cash in, and he's the only champion that the company has. So also kind of the thing to be like, oh, Seth Rollins, yeah, maybe he's like, because I'm sitting there, I'm like, oh, well, I don't know about all this. And then I'm like, well, that does kind of make sense.
Yeah. Yeah. But again, it's all these mind games, and I get it. You're supposed to do that to keep us guessing and to keep us like, okay, what's really going on? I think what really like aggravated me about this whole opening segment was that, you get Cody come out, you have Randy come out, and you get LA Knight. I think LA Knight was the thing that really pushed me to the edge, because I was like, okay, we get it. Everybody's mad or pissed or, wants the championship and is going to gun for Cena. So that makes sense.
Right.
But then I was like, but why LA Knight? Why'd you come out? I don't know. It was just, I think it's just a constant reminder that this guy is going to continue to be dangled in our face of someone that we all wanted at this point to become something or do something. And now we're just like, all right, dude, we're over you. If it didn't happen last year, if it didn't happen the year before, go for the US championship again. Go after Dominic. You know what I mean? Go attack somebody on NXT. I don't care at this point. Just come on, man. Like, just stop. Like, oh, all of a sudden you're going to come out this time around and this time it's going to be different. Clearly not, because he didn't win the match. So, boom.
I mean,
you know what I mean? So
you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Whatever,
and it is annoying. It is annoying. You're not wrong. It's annoying because, like you said, they've been dangling him for a while. Now, I'm not one who was ever into the LA Knight phase at all. I've never been someone who's like, so this for me, I'm just like, it's fine because it's just keeping par. But one thing that I read in an interview where somewhere a Hunter said when asked of Knight not winning, good things come to those who wait. Like, so once again, yes, they will be dangling this man in front of us. And the thing is, him coming out is, while annoying as it is, it was a great way to tie it into the fact that they were going into the Fatal 4-Way match with Orton, Knight, Carmelo, and Aleister Black. Which, I mean, that's a 4-pack right there. I mean, that's solid. So I think that's why, the kind of why, because they still, he's over. So Hunter's going to use him, and hopefully he'll pay dividends, or he'll pay him through. Who knows?
Yeah. But I think, to your comment, and then we can move on to the next segment. I think that's the upsetting part. It's like, he's over, but yet, so is Seth Rollins, but yet you gave him the gimmick, right? You gave him the Money in the Bank. You know what I mean? Like, you have plenty of people that are over that don't need all these additional things to push them. You know what I mean? And I just feel for the guy, because I feel like at this point he's just been patiently waiting, and you could tell that he's starting to crack a little too. Because some of the promos, you could just tell that he's just genuinely like, all right, I'm over it, but I'm here to do a job, and I'm a professional, and I'm gonna do it. But you're still gonna hear the frustration in my you know what I mean? So
yeah.
so but all right,
Yeah. So let's just call that Orton won the match. For anyone who did not see, it was a solid RKO after Mello was trying to get a frog splash. Great sell, good move. Orton wins.
Yeah.
So solid match. We move on to where are we going after this? I believe it's the ladies' first qualifying Money in the Bank.
Right. Which is we get Cargill, Piper, Jackson, and Michin. No BFAB.
Come on, man. Where's this? The minute I came up with Beechin, now they don't come out together, and this is.
I guess it
wasted.
wasn't Beechin.
This is wasted. I'm looking at you, WWE. This was a wasted opportunity. I gave it to you. And
see, now before you jump into the details of this match, this is another thing. I think that was the other thing that kind of ticked me off about this whole night, because you look at the matches and they're pretty much already set. They're pretty much predictable at this point. Like you look at this match, you really think Piper's going to get through? You think Michin is going to get through? Yep. Come on, man.
Yeah. You know it was going to be Cargo. You knew it was going to be Jade. We knew it was going to be Jade. This is what it was. It was Jade. Yeah. I mean, let's not sugarcoat this. Like you said, let's it was an okay match. So some spots were good. Like some spots were not so good. But, the person who deserves to win and should win to be the one who could use it here is Cargo. So
yeah,
exactly. So like you said, this was more formula or formulaic. I guess is one would say, in terms of just getting us, like you said, to that match and knowing who's going to win and what happens.
Yeah, and then it always circles back to that, that argument that you always put out there that it's like, oh well, it's a 3-hour show, so we got to just fill some time and da 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 da, and it's just like. But I mean, you look at the whole bracket and you just look at that. I mean, real quick, we could even go back to that first one, right? I mean, you got Randy, Aleister Black, Carmelo Hayes, and LA Knight. Like, Aleister just came back. He's not going to get the win. Carmelo is nothing without Miz based on the storyline. So, no. Storyline wise, right? Because that's the whole point, right? Miz hasn't been there. He's been losing ever since Miz has gotten out the picture, right? So keep that in mind. So he wasn't going to get the win. And then everybody hates LA Knight. Like, I mean, and in the writer's room. So we knew Randy was going to come out and on top of that. So it's like, that was predictable, but okay.
You're not wrong. You're
like, whoa. The Miz, you don't need the Miz. No, but storyline wise.
My man, Mellow Man.
But then I believe this is where the Naomi promo comes out.
Right. Crazy Naomi.
Yes.
Crazy Naomi comes out and she starts griping and she's like, no one is safe. I told you I was going to win this. I don't know why y'all thought it. But the one person, when I was, nice Naomi, who kept hitting me, who hit me in the briefcase when I was trying to get that belt off of Nia Jax, was Tiffany Stratton. So, in other words, calling out Tiffany time and being like, I'm confident.
It's just a matter of when at this point. Yeah.
Right. And then Tiffany comes out. They start popping off at each other. And then from behind, the irresistible force, Nia Jax.
I'm not a big girl. Oh, that's our old song, right?
Sure. I'm gonna go with
The new song is slightly different, but I remember like a slightly different version of it. I'm not a big. I don't know if it's big girl, but I think.
Hey man, maybe. Hey man, I don't know. You apparently Nia Jax's theme music better than I don't. I have to let you rock on that one.
But yeah, this segment was cool. I'm actually enjoying this crazy Naomi bit that we're doing, and I'm really excited to see how this final run is going to be for her, because remember, as we mentioned in previous episodes, it's been said that most likely the reason why she got this is because after she's done, she's going to retire and do the family thing. So awesome thing, for the Fatu family lineage there. So that's pretty awesome.
Yeah. So I thought it was fun. I was kind of hoping that they would let her cash, because for those who didn't see it, Nia just came out and did her atomic drop or whatever, the Yokozuna smash, whatever she does.
Yokozuna driver,
whatever she does, and it looked like Naomi was coming in with a briefcase, and Jax was like no, and like backed her off, and so I was hoping they'd let her do that, but whatever. What can you do?
All right, go ahead. Set us up for the next segment that's probably going to piss me off.
I mean, so far they've all pissed you off. It's just kind of the thing.
It's been a rough night.
So we get a look at in the backstage area at Motor City Machine Guns, the Street Profits, and I'm missing somebody else. Talking about is it DIY?
Yes. DIY. It's all the tags.
Right.
They're all in there.
So they're all complaining and talking about how they're worried about the wide six. They don't want to see them, whatever. All this, like, you got to take them on. So one of you figure it out, and you got a match out there next. Ends up being the Machine Guns versus the wide six versus I don't know. Are they going by their old names or their whatever name this is? Dexter Loomis and Gacy, right? Loomis
and Gacy. Yeah, that's their names. Yeah, Loomis, but they're still just representing the wide six at this point.
So they go up against Loomis and Gacy. Loomis and Gacy get the win. And vent.
Yes. Okay. Thank you. Two things that I didn't like about this. First of all, why are the tag teams all, campaigning and pushing each other to try to go against the Wyatt Six? It's like, especially the Street Profits, right? I think that's the part that really like aggravated me the most. Like, you guys are the champions. You guys are big and bad. You guys, wait. You guys went through a hellacious TLC match that was one for the books. You guys could go through anything, but you're afraid of the Wyatt Six. Come on, man. Like, I get it. They have to like play that, but to me, it made them look weak and like a bunch of punks as champions. Like, you big and bad. But as
champions, you should be the last stop. As champions, you should be the last stop. So their argument is applicable. We're the champs. Yeah. Everybody here should go first.
Yes.
They have to earn their shot at us. So I see why you're annoyed, but I think that's how I saw it. I was just like, yeah, they're just like, well, fuck, no, this is our fight. You guys fight it out, and then we'll see you guys later.
Yeah. But then here's the other thing that aggravated me about this. It's like, why are the Wyatt Six on SmackDown? We are already flooded with tag teams in SmackDown. Like, why aren't the Wyatt Six attacking American Made and the New Day? I feel like this would be a lot more comical with the New Day in the sense of like, because they're really, banking on the heel tag team run. So it's like, imagine them be like, no, we ain't going against them crazies. You know what I mean? Like, I could already imagine it, but it's like,
it would be fun. It would be good.
Why SmackDown?
I think because you just get more time on SmackDown now. I mean, they were on Raw when they came back, and that worked for 2 weeks not 2 weeks, the entire build, and then finally they came out. It was 1 or 2 weeks, and then they took them right off. So I don't know if they figured maybe repackaging somewhere else would be beneficial, but that's basically what happened. And then we cut to the back. We see Cena walking. He runs into Jimmy Uso, and he's like, "Have you seen our truth?" He's like, "No." "Have you seen our killings?" He's like, "Nah, man, I ain't seen either of them." Like, he's like, "Well, I know you're friends with them. I'm going out to the ring. Tell him to meet me there. I'll let you go."
Yeah, I mean, he goes out there, and then doesn't Punk come out?
That's when Punk comes out, and we start getting the same argument from last week.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Again, here we go. You know what? I again, and what's crazy is I read online that this was proclaimed to be like one of the best SmackDowns, but I don't know why. I think the best part of the SmackDown was the Cena bits when Ron like attacked them and like puts them in the, in the and
which is right during this, so
right?
as he's walking out again, back.
And I thought that was fun in the sense of like, wow, like they're really like getting on John. Like they don't get to see him as often, and they're really getting, they're getting their money's worth with all the backstage and in the ring action for John Cena. Right. But I think my frustration was, I don't know, I guess maybe the way the night started and the way everything started rolling into this point with the matches and with the tag team division and with LA Knight and all these things, it just turned into a big ball of frustration for me. That halfway through it, I'm just like, I ain't watching this. I'll just watch it, the rest of it later. You know what I mean? It was just one of those situations because a lot of it was just filler for me. I just felt like, okay, we're just,
Well, that's what it was. You were looking at 5 matches because this episode was essentially King and Queen of the Ring qualifying.
Right.
3 matches there of the 5. And then you had the Wyatt 6 match, and then I don't know where the match was.
It was I think wasn't 2 women's match and 2 men's match. Because the first men's opened up.
Oh yeah.
Then we had the men's at the end.
Yeah,
and then we had the Jade Cargill win, and then we had the second women's.
The second, which we'll get into right now, which was is Alexa Bliss.
Yeah.
One, she beat out Charlotte. Yep. Who was it? Was it
Candice LeRae and Alba Fire?
Candice LeRae and Alba Fire was Alba Fire. Chelsea Green got her spot taken away by Nick Aldis, who said, "Oh, Alba Fire's dressed and ready to go, so let's just put her in." So, Nicholas, she was like, "I can't make it." Yeah. So Alexa Bliss wins, but to our point, 5 matches. So this one was more, as you said to your point, filler because we only got 5 matches on a 3-hour show.
Right.
That's a lot of filler.
And then look at this, another predictable match. You look at this, Candice LeRae wasn't going to go through. Alba Fire wasn't going to go through.
No way.
And then everybody's like been mad at Charlotte. I didn't think she was going to win this one either. So
I had her or Bliss, but Bliss like far out. Like it's like I wouldn't be surprised if they put on they gave Charlotte to her because it's Charlotte and this is what they like to do. I was with you. I was like, this is gonna be Alexa Bliss. Like. And then before we get to the final match, which is the men's match, I don't know when they did this. Maybe, I don't know when. But they showed the updated bracket and the 4th entrant has been named.
Yes, that was the other thing that aggravated me too.
I was like, when did that happen? Like I looked down, I was like, oh shoot. Jay Uso. Right? Jay, right? Yeah. And I was like, he's the 4th guy. Okay.
Actually, I think it was early on in the night, and I think that's another thing that aggravated me because like all this commotion, all this excitement, all this lobbying for Karrion Kross or somebody else, you know what I mean? I mean, we jokingly
Ron
said
Killings.
right, exactly, but we also jokingly said Mr. Iguana. Like, who cares? But at this point, like, why would you give the space to Jey Uso? Like, give the man a vacation, give him a break, let him come back with vengeance. You know what I mean? Let him come back and like sabotage the match at SummerSlam, you know, for Gunther, and then let's pick it up again. But dude, what? Okay, here's my point. Right, what's the point of selling us the story that Jey Uso was too beat up and too hurt from Money in the Bank, and da 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 da? That's why he lost the belt to now be put into another competition, you know, to try to get the belt again.
Yeah, weeks later. Yeah.
And
No,
then
you're right.
and then here's the cherry on top, Primo, that just really just aggravated me. Why does nobody care about the rematch clauses anymore? No, like my man's guaranteed a rematch. Why does he have to qualify?
I mean, as far as I can remember, I remember at some point a while back them saying real rematch clauses are out the window. They don't really carry what it is, but they've used that as excuses and shit. So I'm just like,
then why did Gunther get a rematch?
That's what I'm saying. There's no rhyme or reason. So it's just kind of stupid. Priest never got a rematch, like, but you know, like, so it's when they want to work it into the story. And you're right, that's the annoying thing, because once again, now you look at that bracket and it's Rusev, Sheamus, they're not winning.
Right, because they're beefing with each other. They're going to cost each other the match.
Jay, and I forget who the fourth entrant is there. And I'm like, they're probably not going to win that either. So you're looking at probably Jay there. And now, as we get into the final match, which is, once again, you can probably tell who's going to win here, because the Fatal
Shinsuke Nakamura.
Damn it, you ruined it. Told everybody. Shinsuke, Andrade, and Damian Priest, along with Cody Rhodes.
Yeah.
So we kind of knew.
I wonder who's going to win this one.
Right. Yeah. Andrade's still the shot. So now I think with what we said, with what we're all talking about in this particular moment, now you're looking at your finals being, because it's going to be the winner of the SmackDown versus the winner of Raw, right?
Right.
So
I think
now it's going to be Zayn
like
versus
SmackDown and Raw, and then whoever wins, like, it could be either one. It could be Raw against Raw or SmackDown and SmackDown. But if you look at the bracket, it's SmackDown up here, and then SmackDown on the bottom right, and then Raw, and then on the opposite end too.
So you're looking at Zayn, Orton, Rhodes, probably Jey Uso.
Right.
So
exactly.
Yeah, it's
yay.
I don't mind it. It's fine
because it was a waste of 3 hours
for King of the. Well, no, I'm saying just for King of the Ring. No, I mean, they could have did these matches quicker. They could have given us, if you'd have given me 2 more matches and less filled, I would have been fine. If you would have given me 2 more matches that were interesting, I'd have been good. So yeah. So overall, not a stellar episode, but we get to know who's qualifying for these King of the Ring. So we'll find out on Monday who the last entrant is once Jey Uso wins, and then we'll get ready for Night of Champions.
Yeah. Okay. So let me give you my final thoughts on this, right? Because I'm like, as you were, saying your piece just now, I know I came off like an extreme hater on this episode, right? Because we've praised them a lot lately, and we been giving them props for all the great job that they've been doing week in and week out, and they're not going to all be home runs, and I get that, but I think what was so frustrating about this episode is just a lot of things that us as fans, if you're really paying attention and if you're really like enjoying the product, it's a lot of things that we know that has been dangled in our face, or like, the rules or this or that, or a balance, between shows and things like that. And it was just a big cluster, thing of an episode. And it was like, you just showed me all your imperfections in one episode. Yeah. Which is, again, and I'll summarize it: the tag team division. The tag team division is stellar in this brand. There's no reason why we need another tag team, right? LA Knight, right? LA Knight. This poor man has been, whether you're about it or not, the guy has been paying his dues. I really do hope Triple H doesn't screw him over and does give him his shot later down the road, but. Again, a constant reminder of, like, he's the guy, but he's not the guy. Then predictable matches for these King of the Ring qualifiers. Every single one of them, you could look at the match, the 4-way, and be like, oh, they're not winning, or they're not winning. You know what I mean? And that was also aggravating. And then to top it all off, it was the reveal of Jey Uso being the final spot. Give this man a break. I mean, he lost in front of his son. He was beaten and battered at Money in the Bank. Give the guy a rest, please. Just let him come back stronger and like with vengeance. But no, now you're gonna make him go through it, and then whether it was announced or not, nobody cares about a rematch clause. Okay, cool, that's fine. If that's out the window, that's fine. But man, it was just an aggravating match. Actually, one thing in my notes that I did write and was Jacob Fatu's backstage promo. That probably was the only thing that was fantastic, because, you know, ever since his betrayal with Solo at Money in the Bank, you know, he declared himself as America's most wanted because he's the US champ. And then he's, you know, I thought that promo was fantastic because he's the guy, you know what I mean? And maybe that's why LA Knight isn't getting the shine that he's getting, that he deserves, because Jacob is that guy. So maybe that's the only silver lining for SmackDown. But overall, if I had to grade it, it was a 6 for me, dog. I'm sorry. I stopped halfway and I watched it later the next day. And I usually don't do that. So sorry, not sorry.
Yeah, no, you're good. Like I said, it wasn't anything. I mean, the thing is, us being fans for as long as we have, we can see the writing on the wall a lot of times. And this was just, like I said, all very formulaic. So, through no fault of their own, we have to understand they know what they're doing. Just, there would have been a different way to promote this or make this happen. Or, like I said, maybe throw another match or two in there. Final thing, yeah, I'm going like, man, like just not good. What did you go? You went
I went 6, and that was generous.
6, yeah. I was gonna say probably like 6.5, maybe a 7, maybe a 7, but like
maybe. Look at my face, man. Maybe
I get it,
maybe,
but I mean they've been hitting everywhere else, so it's like.
Look at my Robert De Niro face. You broke the circle of trust, Fokker.
I'm just saying, it's because you have to lay it out. Like, you have to. Was it their best episode? No, not at all. But you know, it's just stupid nonsense. So yeah, I saw 6.5 because I think that's like a D. That's like right before you flunk. Like, so I'm gonna go with 6.5. But yeah, so that's all I got about that. Looking forward to the next one. And then I did want to take 1 second to acknowledge there was a Triple A event where Los Garzas won the tag team champions,
which is awesome.
So shout out to them. Primos for life. So we want to make sure we keep everybody informed on that. I'm gonna go back and try and watch the match and see everything that was happening, because I did not get to really see it. I just had to read about it. But yeah, man, that's wanted to give that quick shout out, and then shout outs to our graphic design team.
Yeah, let's go.
Everything looks great. Everything is absolutely fantastic. So please, everyone, go to the website, check it out. It's good. Let's go to when you go to your source to listen or view, take a second and really appreciate the new stuff that's been done, because it was probably a lot of hard work and it looks really, really good.
Revamped, all of it revamped. Yeah, thank you.
So thank you.
Yeah, to our graphic designer, our chief graphic designer, Jesse Hidalgo.
He's our team. Really, he's our whole team. Jesse's the whole team.
The whole team, right?
The graphic design team of Jesse Hidalgo.
Jesse Hidalgo, the whole team. Yeah, but yeah, and then also just to thank everybody. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you for the feedback and just everything that has been happening on our journey. We were just reflecting a little bit earlier behind the scenes, and we realized, like, man, we've only been in this for like 6 months, and we've really picked up some steam and some incredible upgrades and some incredible people on the show, and just it's all been fantastic, and we are super excited and grateful, and more things are coming, and we can't wait to share that with everybody else now.
Yeah,
once
exciting.
That's all
very exciting. Very, very exciting.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So bueno, primo, como siempre, you know, since we already gave our final thoughts, and I just want to stop talking about this episode of SmackDown.
We can move on.
You know what to do.
Yeah, man. So once again, I think Eddie just summed it up perfectly, so I'm not going to drone on about it. Thank you, everyone, very much for everything, the follows, the likes, the clicks. We love and appreciate everyone, and we thank you guys for helping us, like I said, continue to do this and want to do it for y'all. And thank you, Jesse, for making things look good. Thank you to everybody we've interviewed. Angel Medina was just this last one that we've released. We have more coming, and just thanks to everyone who started it, who brought us here. Like, you guys are fantastic listeners and family. Thank you guys. Please, PrimoSlife.com. We are on iHeartRadio, iTunes, Amazon, YouTube, Spotify. Please look, follow, look for stickers and QR codes anywhere, and share and pass a like. We love you guys. Couldn't do this without you. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful night. We will see you when we see you.
We will see you when we see you. Take care, everybody.
Right now.